So the First Descendant has been out for 48 hours now, and I'll tell you, it hasn't been the smoothest launch, but the time I did get to play, I had a blast, and I've been hearing some really good reviews from other players who have been playing the First Descendants. Now, if you haven't watched my starter's guide to the First Descendants, highly recommend watching that video first, because this video would be building on that, and hopefully I give you a lot of really cool tips and tricks to help you guys succeed in the First Descendants. And all of this is gonna be things I wish I knew before playing. So let's get into it. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is how to switch your server from public to private. So if you want to play on a server where there are no other players, you see at the top where it says Sterile Land, you see where it says public. If you were to click on that public, it would go private, and that means that you would be on a private server, so there would be nobody in that area. And I've had this question a lot because I guess players want to play by themselves and just kill the enemies themselves. Well, that's how you guys do it. Now, the next thing we're gonna focus on is leveling guns and making them stronger. So what we did is we just got the Thunder Cage, and you know, when you end up crafting it, you end up getting it at level 1, yes. And then what do you have to do after that? Well, if you want to use it, you need to do a weapon level transmission at your workbench. But to do that, you need a higher level weapon, which we have one, and I'm going to show you in a second. But then you also need to go to Anais, and then you need to purchase, yes, a precise phase exchanger. Now, this is gonna cost you 50,000 gold and 250 liquid metal. Well, how do you get liquid metal? Well, the easiest way is to break down standard and rare weapons. You see here, as I put this for trash, I'm going to dismantle all of this junk, and then you're gonna see we got 73 liquid metal, so that means we can get a precise phase exchanger now. Now, once you have one, you want to head to the workbench. It's going to be across from Anais. It's going to be right here in this corner, and then you just want to hit use. Now, before you have access to this feature, you need to hit Mastery Rank 3, and that's going to allow you to use the weapon level transmission. And then once you have that, you're going to select the weapon you want to level up. So I'm going to do the Thunder Cage, and then you want to select the higher level, which is 17, that I currently have. And then we're going to use the transmission material, which is that precise phase exchanger. And boom, now your Thunder Cage is stronger and you can use it, and it should be your current level. Then the next thing you guys want to do is add modules to your weapons, because that's going to be free extra damage that you're going to get for adding extra damage, extra crit damage. So those are things you guys want to pay attention to and pick the right mods for your setup. Now, improving the damage on your weapon doesn't stop there, because the modules themselves can be enhanced. If you head on to Cillian, who's the module master, you can enhance modules. Yes, so if you go over to your weapons, you can click on this one right here. Is an easy one for you guys to do. It's called Rifle and Reinforcement, and you can see firearm attack damage plus 12%. Well, if you enhance this, it goes up. Now, every time you enhance a module, you're gonna need the next mastery rank to keep enhancing it. As I already have 7 mastery rank on this account, so that means that I can continue to raise this up, and we started at 12%, and I think we're gonna end around 20%. So we went from 12%, we put 8% more damage on our weapon. And don't forget about adding some crit chance, crit damage to your build, and adding that to your weapon, because that's gonna also help you hit a little bit harder. So enhancing those modules will also give you more damage on your build. So just some tips to get a little bit more damage out of your weapons. And don't forget, keep leveling your weapon if you want to keep using the same weapon, like I've been using the Thunder Cage, or put the higher level weapon you get as you progress through the story. Now, the max level for characters is level 40, but your weapons, your reactors, and your external components can all go up to 100. Yes, the drop rate for those is 100, but your characters themselves will max out at level 40. Now, mastery rank is a great way to get your character a little bit stronger. And you know, for a lot of things to enhance them, you need to get your mastery rank up. So a lot of you guys ask me, well, how do you level this? I will tell you that in a second, but I did want to point out, once you hit mastery rank 20, the Descendant module capacity is capped out, and the weapon module is capped out. Everything from 21 to 22 to 23 is all equipment inventory, storage slot, and consumable inventory. So really, once you get to around rank 20 mastery, that's kind of where you want to be. Now, you can get mastery rank by completing missions for the first time, and then also by leveling up your Descendants. So that gives you another incentive to unlock other Descendants and level them up. So if you haven't unlocked any Descendants just yet, Well, highly recommend at least getting a few more so that way you can push that mastery rank up. And don't forget, you get to unlock Bunny early on in the playthrough. So if you guys haven't done that, you'll end up unlocking her. And you also can unlock Freyna, which is a little bit harder to do, but I actually just put out a video for that one in case you guys want to unlock her. Now, another really cool feature that you might not know is when you do a research request and it says there's a time limit, you do not have to stay logged in. This Freyna one actually said 16 hours. I logged off, I logged back in, and boom, she is ready for me. So that is something else for you guys to keep in mind. You do not have to sit there waiting. And then when you get back on, you can click on it if it has a check mark on it, and then Anais is going to craft it for you. So for everybody who is asking, you do not have to stay logged in. I tested it, it works. Now, something else this game does really well is it's almost like a Wikipedia for you if you just learn how to find what you want in the game. So if you actually go over to the Descendants, right, you can see all the Descendants here, and say Valby's the girl you want to find out. How can I find out how to get Valby? So what you'll do is you'll click on her, and then you'll see the 4 materials you need. And then if you click on those 4 materials, you'll also see a thing that says go to research. And if I were to hit F, it's gonna bring up the Valby enhanced cells. Now, to craft the Valby enhanced cells, you're gonna need materials, right? The Repton, you're gonna need the superfluid, you're gonna need the data processing, and you're gonna need Valby's enhanced cells. Now, you can also hit F again, and it's gonna tell you exactly where you guys can get this. From the resource box in Kingston, from munitions box in Kingston. So there you guys go for that. Now for the superfluids, you can click on that. You can hit F. Same thing. It tells you exactly where you can get each one of these. Now, obviously, some of them are a little bit harder than others. This one tells you where you can get it. You can get it from a mission monster, Ruins Courtyard, mission monster. So different ones will give you the materials you need. The hardest ones is actually going to be the bottom one right here where it says this research material. And this honestly is going to be very hard. You're going to get it from an amorphous material. And a lot of these amorphous materials have like a very, very low drop rate. So that's where it gets hard. The first part's gonna be easy. The materials, these materials are gonna be very easy, but yes, this. But then you have to also do that for each piece. So if you don't have each piece, you gotta go around looking for each one of these and then the materials that are associated with it. So just so you know, everything you wanna know is in this game. And that's just something, if you guys are looking for a certain Descendant, well, that's how you guys can find out how to get them if you guys didn't know already. Now, this next thing is going to blow your mind. So if you actually hit J to go to your journal, and you go over here where it says your journal, and you look where it says access info, this is a game changer for any game, especially a game like this. If you guys want to find out where to get some of the modules in the game that you see in builds, you can go through here, you can look for them, and say we stop here where it says Venom Injector. And we are really looking for this one. We just hit F where it says acquisition info, and boom, it will tell me exactly where I have a chance, every chance I have of getting it. So just something for you guys to keep in mind. There is info on info on info. You can find out almost everything you want. External components. Say you're looking for a certain purple component because you've seen a build online that has it. We can go here, hit F, and boom, it's all right here. This is probably one of the most detailed libraries I've seen any game ever do, and it's right here. Any of the enhancement materials you need, same thing. You can click on it, and then you can look at where it's at. It's already have it, right? So energy, it shows you what you need for it. Almost everything you need in this game, even the Descendants you can get from here. So if you're looking for something specific, highly recommend going to your journal, access info, and all the info is right there. And I know we mentioned enhancing weapon modules to make your weapon stronger, but don't forget about your Descendant modules because those are gonna make your Descendant skills perform better. You have some that help the duration, the cooldown, the damage. You also have a module that's going to increase your capacity. If I were to do this, you can see I have 49 total capacity. I enhanced this shock punch, and now I get 50 capacity. So definitely work on enhancing your modules, and this is something you can do as you slowly progress through the story and you keep upgrading your Descendant. And I feel like I gave you guys a ton of information for you guys to soak in, and we'll definitely be making more videos like this. But a lot of this information is things that I wish I knew before playing, and hopefully this video helped you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, Nothing But Skills out. Take it easy, everybody.